Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ilya here. I do coding stuff on YouTube. Check the description for all my information. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, give me a big thumbs up to support it. And this is called Design a Stack with Increment Operation. Design a stack which supports the following operations. Implement the custom stack class. Custom stack initializes the object with maximum size, which is the maximum number of elements in the stack, or do nothing if the stack reached the maximum size. Push adds X to the top of the stack if the stack has not reached the maximum size. Pop pops and returns the top of the stack, or -1 if the stack is empty. Increment increments the bottom k elements of the stack by value. If there are less than k elements in the stack, just increment all the elements in the stack. Stack data structure means that we can push the elements onto the top of the stack, and then we can pop the elements from the top of the stack as well. That's how that works. Let's look at this example. We got a bunch of calls right there, this output, and we initialize this data structure. We say that maximum size is equal to 3. We call push before initially the stack is empty. We call this push, we push 1, we got 1, we push 2, we got 1 2, then we pop 1 from the top of the stack, we got 1, then we push 2 again, we got 1 2, then 3 1 2 3. When we are trying to push 4, we cannot do that because of the maximum size, which is equal to 3. We would exceed that, right? When we call increment method, we add 100 to the first 5 elements, or you can think of that like if it's 0 based, then exclusive, right, up to 5, up to the fifth index. So you add 100 to 1 and 2 and 3, you got 101, 102 and 103. Then again you call increment, you pass 2 and 100, you add 100 to the first 2 elements, which are 201 and 202, and 103 is the same. The maximum size x and k are greater than or equal to 1 and are less than or equal to 1000. Value is greater than or equal to 0 and is less than or equal to 100. At most 1000 calls will be made to each method of increment, push and pop, each separately, and go for it. First we create variable which is n of the type integer and an array of the type integer as well. The stack which is integer right here. Then you initialize this data structure. You said that let's say v is equal to vn, whatever, v is equal to maximum size. Then this array is equal to new integer, and the length of that array is equal to v. This stack is equal to new stack of the type integer. Next, push adds x to the top of the stack if the stack has not reached the maximum size. All you need is this condition and check the stack's size. If it's less than v, then push X onto the top of the stack. Otherwise, just ignore that and do nothing. Pops and returns the top of the stack, or -1 if the stack is empty. Create a variable of the type integer, which is I, which is the size of that stack -1 in order to get to the right position. And in the case when the stack is empty, means I is less than 0, we return -1. Otherwise, when I is greater than 0, we add up the value at the previous position and the value at the current position into that array. I -1 plus equal and array at I. Then create a new variable, which is the result. We pop the element from the top of the stack and add the value at the current position into that array. Update the value at the current position to 0 because we already popped that element, and return the result. Yes. Next, increment. Increments the bottom k elements of the stack by value. If there are less than k elements in the stack, just increment all the elements in the stack. Means that I is equal to, we pick up the minimum value k, or the stack size, subtract 1 because we want to get to the right position, and in the case when I is greater than or equal to 0, add the value at the current position of I into that array to this value which we already passed. Array at I plus equal to this value, and that's pretty much it. Let's run this code. Accepted. Let's submit. Success. Good. Let's look at this example real quick one more time. Suppose the maximum size is equal to 3, then we have an array. We got v, which is 3, array which is right there, right here, right there, indices 0, 1 and 2 are set up to 0 by default. Then we push, for example, 1. We go here, the size of that stack is less than 3, so we push 1 onto the top of the stack. We got 1. Then when we push 2, we got 2, 1, 2. Then we push 3. For example, we want to increment. We're going to call this method. We pass 5 and 100, means that we add 100 to the first 5 elements. We got only 3 elements into the stack. We go here, increment, we pick up the minimum value, which is 3, subtract 1 from there. We got 2. At 2 is greater than or equal to 0, array at 2, which is 0 initially. 0 plus 100 is equal to 100. You can think of that the way it's like every time you want to, you will be, for example, you would be popping these elements from the top of the stack. You would call this pop method. You would have 100 here, 100 here, because you can see that when you call pop method, you add the value at the previous position to the value at the current position. Then you pop the value from the top of the stack, you add the value at the current position, you update the value at the current position to 0, and you return this result. Yeah, right here you would have 100 and 100, 0 and 1. We can delete that real quick. Okay, so right here we got after that 100 and zeros. Then again we want to call this method one more time. We say 2 and 100 means that we need to pick up the minimum value, which is 2, right? 2 or 3. We pick up 2. 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Array at 1 is equal to 0. So we add 100. Next, we call pop. We pop the element from the top of the stack. Means we go here, stack.size, which is 3, minus 1, which is 2, is not less than 0. We skip this condition. Is greater than 0. We enter this condition. Array at 2, 3 minus 1, 2 minus 1, which is 1, right here, which is 100 plus 100 at 2, right here at 2, 100, we got 200 instead of 100, as I said before. Then we pop the element from the top of the stack, which is here, and add 3 to 100. We got 103. Then the result is equal to, right here, I mean right here, 103. We got like the result here. We don't change this. We still have 100. Then 3 plus 100 is equal to 103. We update 100 to 0 because we already popped that element from the top of the stack, and return this result, which is 103. Yeah, and do the same. You can think of that the way as I said before. For example, here you would have 200 as well if the next time, the time when you call this pop method again, because for example, let's do that one more time. The size of that stack is equal to 2. 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. 1 is greater than 0. 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. at this position we got 0, right? 0 plus 1. At 1 we got 200, so right here we got 200. We can delete that. Next, we pop the element from the top of the stack, which is here 2, and we add that element to 200, which is here, and we got 202. Then update the value at the current position, at the position of 1 to 0, and return this 202. That's it. That's the whole problem. Thank you guys for watching. Leave your comments below. I want to know what you think. Follow me on social medias. Add me on Snapchat. Follow me on Instagram. Again, I do all LeetCode problems. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you next time. Bye.